It's Sunday 28th of March and time is 10:30 a.m. I've all packed up, but I'll give the story of my trip so far. I left Canberra probably around midday on Friday 26th of March, and my original intention was to drive down the Baboyan Road from Farwa to Yarrangabilly. However, as I passed through Farwa, there was a sign on the road saying road closed, although another sign, the permanent sign, said road open, but the road closed sign was one of these prop-up signs that the council uses. I googled the Baboyan Road and found out that the bridge across the Hains River about 10 kilometres ahead had been damaged by floodwater during the week, so my route had to go back to the Monero Highway and down through Cooma and then onto the Snowy Mountains Highway through Yarrangabilly. So first stop was Yarrangabilly, but the cafe was closed. This would have been about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I continued on, and Old Sawyer's hut, which was some sort of rest area hut, wooden structure, was burnt out in the fire. All that remains is the chimney. And a bit further on, there's Kyandra and the old courthouse, which is a stone structure. It too was just a stone wall standing. After that, I went to Mount Selwyn, the ski field, which is surrounded by a fence, and the old ski terminal building, all gone, being cleared off the site. I guess that would have been built in the 80s when Mount Selwyn was opened, but the ski terminal no more, although the metal ski tow structure still remains. I camping at 3 Mile Dam, so right beside the water. Nice campsite, so set up camp probably around 5 p.m. on 26. I'm using the Mountain Hardware tent, the Van Gogh synthetic sleeping bag, but I do have the Mont Moondance 1 tent and Mont Helium 450 sleeping bag in my backpack. I brought them in case I tended to do some hiking. More about that later. So now roll on to Saturday 27th. Started a bit sunny, but clouds built up, and I was originally intending to go back to Selwyn ski field and then walk down the track. It's about 4.4 kilometres according to the sign to the old 4 Mile hut, which dates back to the 1800s. That hut too has been burnt out in the bushfire, but looked a bit like it was going to be showery, so I put that idea on hold and then drove down to the township of Cabamurra, which according to the sign is the highest town in Australia, except that too was barricaded off. There's a little piece of paper covered in plastic taped to some closed sign saying town is no access to the public. So that's as far as I went. I knew Cabamurra had been damaged in the fire, but we're now 15 months post-fire, but still looks like nothing much has happened down there. So next plan was to go to Yarrangabilly Caves. So that was about 15 kilometres towards Tumut. Could be a bit more, didn't really count. And I paid the $18 seniors rate for the self-guided cave tour. I went through twice. First time without the tripod, and then the second time I lugged the tripod through to see if that made taking pictures inside the cave any better. Because I was moving through the cave so slowly, and the self-guiding lights are all proximity switched on, they tended to keep going off because I stayed too long in one spot beyond what they were expecting, and then I'd have to move forward along the path in the dark until I triggered the next proximity sensor to turn the lights back on. So I took some pictures. I'm using Aaron's Sigma 50mm f1.2 with speed booster on the Canon M50, and I had the 11 to 22mm f4.8 or something. It's not a bit slow, that lens, but it's a ESM mount. The 50mm EF Sigma lens seems to be doing good job, but very heavy. I'm using that on manual focus. There were periodic showers, so didn't bother me while I was in the cave, but when I came out, I went for a walk down to the thermal pool. Felt the water, didn't feel overly warm, but the sign says it's 27 degrees Celsius, but didn't go swimming. Went back to the car, just got back to the car in time, and then there was a shower. Returned back to the 3 Mile Dam campsite, heated up Luba's moussaka in the stove using the gas burner. Rained a bit in the early part of the night, but the latter part of the night was fine, although very foggy outside. So now it's Sunday, 28th of March, and got up. During the night I noticed that the zip, it's got two handles, the one on the inside, this is in the Van Gogh synthetic bag that's come off, so I can only use the zip with the outside handle, so a bit hard pulling the zip now up to the neck because the hands have to be inside the bag. A bit cool overnight. Misfortune started to compound. I noticed that one of the hubcaps has fallen off on the left rear tyre of the Corolla. The other problem which manifested during the night was that one of the poles on the mountain hardware tent, the ferrule where the two pole sections join, is all split. I think similar to what happened with the the Chinese one-man tent I've got. Just can't remember now offhand what the name of it is, but those poles gave me no end of problem. Now the mountain hardware tent has same problem, but I referred earlier to having the Moondance 1, which I'd bought just in case I went hiking, so I guess I'll be using that for the remainder of my time down here. Just as well I had the two tents. That's a good fortune, tick for that. So I've pulled down the mountain hardware tent, and it's fine morning, so I'll probably head out to 4 Mile Dam once I've finished recording this. So that's about what I've been doing so far. So I've got to take stock of things. Not sure what I'll do with this mountain hardware tent. Yep. Maybe I'll just use the Montmoondance 1, or maybe thinking of getting the Hilleberg one-man snow tent. We'll see what happens. But that's about it. And it's not too warm here. I don't know what the temperature is, but I'm wearing the old Gore-Tex jacket to keep warm, and I've got 2 layers on plus shirt underneath that. Time is 11:58 and just seen a rather large herd of horses beside the track. They didn't run off too easily. They watched me for a while, and when I was about 40 metres away, that's when they started to move away. Time is 1:15 and I'm at 4 Mile Hut, the ruins thereof. Pretty forlorn sight. I remember coming here first in the 1980s. I think it was on cross-country skis, from Mount Selwyn. Came here with Elizabeth Sinclair. And since then, come a couple of times. I came in the 90s on cross-country skis by myself from time is 1600 and I've driven over to Gully campsite. Only person here. Going to camp here tonight. It dawned on me that I had the pole repair piece inside the Montmoondance tent, so I removed it from the tent and have put it over the broken pole section in the mountain hardware tent. So mountain hardware tent now successfully erected. Monday 29th of March. Must admit, felt rather cold last night in the Van Gogh sleeping bag. Did survive though, and felt a bit cold, especially around the upper thigh. Top part was okay because I was wearing my shirt, the polo neck skivvy and the black fleece inside the sleeping bag. Didn't even touch the down jacket, which is still in the backpack, so be better prepared next time. But when I poked my head out the tent in the morning, I realised why, because the tent's covered in frost and so is the car. The MEC thermometer showing temperature. Was cooked on the bottom, but still very liquid on the top. It's 9:41 and I'll head off soon up to Hainsworth Hut. Just some notes about the solar panel. The fridge battery's fully charged at 8:51. The battery voltage was 14.85 volts. It's now dropped down to 13.85, so I guess it must be like on float at the moment. So I'll put the solar panel away and be away maybe 2 hours, maybe slightly more, return, and then think I might head down to the dam, see how far it is to old Curango Hut, go there for a day trip, or go to Curango Complex, which is on the other side of the dam, assuming the causeway across the dam is open. Last time I was here in February 2019 with Sue and Phil, it was closed, underwater, submerged. Time is 10:46 and have arrived at Hainsworth Hut. Dinner tonight is lamb steak, which I've cut up, onion, some hot peppers from my own garden, as well as a tomato from my own garden. After packing up, I hopped in the car and drove not far down the road to where you park the car to head the 750 metres to Miller's Hut. It's Thursday, 1st of April, and I'm finishing breakfast. Time's almost 7:30. Sun's just coming up at the moment. Was up at 5:30 this morning. Plan today is to return back to Hains's hut. I was there yesterday and met Doug, and when I was leaving I said that I'd probably return back to the car, and if there were no further problems would get my camping gear and spend Friday and then depart with him on Saturday when he's returning back to Wollongong. So that's the plan. It's about 2.5 hours walk to Hains's hut, and I'll leave as soon as I've finished having my pancakes.